Everyone, let's talk about Property by Valerie Martin, and this is just another proof that picking up a book solely by its cover and title is totally worth it. I loved it! Property is set in 1828 on a plantation in South Louisiana, and it's a story of two women basically, a white woman and a slave servant. The white woman is trapped in an unhappy marriage to the planter, and the slave is her servant she brought into the marriage. So we get in the beginning the wife spying on her husband, how he mistreats and is cruel to the slaves, and we see her disliking to it, and we get the impression maybe she's against slavery. But as the story continues, we notice that she really isn't. She is very condescending and contemptuous towards the Negroes and the slaves and everyone, actually, even her husband. But there's also this coldness to her and her character that is kind of fascinating, because she really seems aloof to everything and doesn't know how to get out of it and is kind of trapped, and we feel it, and the writing really conveys that. At the same time, we hear about her slave girl's story, how she came with her to the plantation and how the husband had his way with her, and how the white woman is basically threatened by her as a competitor, but also kind of feels like she's the only person she can talk to. It's rather weird, their relationship. The white woman clings to the slave servant, and it's strange because she definitely doesn't like her. And the story unfolds and it goes on, and then events happen which really surprised me. And the ending is, I wouldn't say happy, it's realistic and sad at the same time. Reading this book was super interesting because you got the perspective of this really not nice person, but it is written in a way where you see like, this is probably how it was. This seems so realistic, the life and the problems and everything that this woman had to deal with. Apart from the race relations, the narration also touches upon how unfree the white woman is, how she's dependent on her husband, how she's dependent on someone else's income, how society basically dictates what she can do and what she cannot do. And at the same time, there is a lot of talk about property, how people are property, how the plantation is property, and the meaning of property. All of this is super interesting, and it's only in 212 pages. Honestly, I recommend this book to anyone. It was fascinating to read. It was a fast read. The writing is amazing, and the characters are surprisingly interesting despite them not being likable. If you have read this book, tell me in comments what you have thought, and thank you for watching. Bye bye!